So maybe if we get started, would you give us a few minutes of how you got into computer science or development in the first place?
Yeah, sure. Um, the idea about like computer actually came at a very early stage for me. So before back then in my secondary school, which is high school, I was like more into innovation. Like I do build things out of scrap and other stuff, like homemade materials I could find at home. So I think my third year in my high school, that was when my uncle or we're like just discussing about technology and all. So that was how I actually got the idea about technology or programming. And I took a basic course in Java programming language, I think. Then from since that day, I became like, yeah, I just like learn new technologies and other stuff. So I actually went into tech when I was 12 years old, and I'm currently this month I'll be 19. So I've
Wow.
actually been in the tech space for like quite a while.
Yeah. What was it that your uncle showed you that first time? What sparked it all?
Um, Yeah, so my uncle discovered that I do like playing games. That was back then. So he discovered that I do like playing games. Then he like told me, he said, Clinton, do you know you can actually build your game yourself than rather than playing games that people already built? And I was like surprised because I know nothing about programming. So I like told him, I say, please tell me more. So he explained, he talked about programming that I should learn coding and all this other stuff. Then he made contact with my mom, my parents. Then they registered me for a coding class. It was just the basics, so Java programming language basics. So I learned the basics. Then when I was done with the basics, I actually went online to do my research and all. Then today I became self-taught programmer on more than eight programming language.
Great. What was your favorite game back when you were 12?
I like playing Subway Soft and like few others. I can't remember them because like now I have a lot on my plate, so I hardly play games now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you'll get back to it, I'm sure. Um, so
Maybe.
let's talk technology for a little bit. As in your day to day as a developer, how do you keep finding new technologies and how do you stay updated with the latest trends?
Personally, I think one thing that actually helped me in that aspect of my life is like making lots of research. I make research a lot. Like I do make research about new and evolving technologies, and also community is like one of the key parts to like getting latest trend on new technologies. And also when you're part of a community, you see people discuss about, okay, this thing just came out. I want all dev, maybe for instance, I want a front end developer to try it out, or this might be useful for front end developer. And also, yeah, personally, I think it's research because I basically do a lot of research regarding new technologies and trying to learn new things every day.
Yeah. Okay. And what's your preferred language or framework stack? What's the tool set that you prefer to work with the most?
Um, I think I prefer working with on blockchain and Web3 projects related the most using Solidity, Rust, and others. So, but aside that, I do work on other projects, but like I think I like working more on Web3 and blockchain related project the most.
Okay. And you mentioned Rust. What is it about Rust that you like working with?
Um, like okay, like I said earlier, I'm a self-taught programmer on various programming language. So, like when the Rust actually came about when I was learning, I was trying to build something. So I was like working with a set of team. We're trying to achieve a common goal, and there I didn't know that Rust there was like a framework or a programming language called Rust and other stuff. So we were just discussing and they said, okay, for this particular part of the project we are going to be using Rust. So I decided to dive deep into it. So I learned more about it and I became more interested because I'm someone that love blockchain technology, and using Rust has been like really easy for me. It makes the work more easier for me and more faster.
Okay, okay. Why? What's so fast about working within Rust?
Um,
I'm not a Rust developer, so I know the name, but what is it
yeah,
that makes Rust stand out for you?
I think for me, it's basically that it's really easy to navigate around it than compared to other framework or programming language out there.
Okay, okay. Um, what tell me what's one of the hardest kind of technical challenges that you've solved in either recent times or in the past? What sticks out in your mind as something that you a problem or a challenge that you figured out how to get through?
Is it like regarding like projects I've done to solve that problem, or like personally? If I
Projects
get that
in
correct.
code in software.
Okay. So basically, I think two of the project, like, I do build a lot of project, like personal project and all, which are like just project I do keep aside. But personally, I think two projects that I'm currently working on that I'm like using that project to actually solve a particular problem, which is like currently I'm working on Afro Watch. What does that product what problem does that product solve in the society today? Is like you watching more with less data consumption. So let's take for instance you are watching Netflix and you need a lot of bandwidth, you need a lot of data, like internet connection in your phone or your laptop to actually get a stable stream on Netflix and all. But with Afro Watch, you can actually watch more with less data. According to my last test on Afro Watch, I was able to watch straight for 1 month just using 1.26 MB, which is like the lowest amount of data or internet in Nigeria. So I was able to watch straight 1 month using 1.26 MB. So I think I'll be able to solve a problem that deals with watching more or time that you spend online while using less data consumption.
Yeah, wow. Does that use a compression technology or is it how does it save so much bandwidth?
Yeah, so like there are a lot of things that like when I built Afro Watch first, I did it like a test, like just a test version. I sent it out to people and I saw that people were like complaining about the bandwidth and all. Then I I worked with my team. I worked with my team to actually do something that could actually reduce that bandwidth using like high level technologies and all.
Okay. Um, and let's looking forward a little bit into the future. What are the biggest trends that you're seeing and how they are impacting what you're trying to do?
Um Like the biggest trend I'm seeing currently is like artificial
Of
intelligence,
course.
like in the aspect of tech, yeah.
Yeah.
So the biggest trend I'm seeing currently is the use of artificial intelligence, using use of AI technology to actually build so many amazing stuff, which currently normally this was outside the box. So currently I'm trying to see the way to actually integrate AI into Afrowatch and other projects, like from now on any project I'm building, because that like AI is the future and all the stuff. So using artificial intelligence to work on so many other stuff.
Yeah. As a developer, are you more focused on yourself using AI, or are you more focused on bringing AI to your users?
Um, yeah, bringing AI to my users, giving them the possibility to know more about it, because there are a lot of people out there. There are even a lot of developers out there that don't know actually how AI works. They know, or maybe they've heard about it, but they've not really dived deep into it, or they've not actually used it's like a life-changing product that was integrated with AI. So it's me like bringing AI to them, like preaching more about artificial intelligence to them.
Okay, and just to ask it in a different way, is that about the developers using AI for their own writing of code and building of applications, or is it bringing AI to the end users of those applications?
Bringing AI to the end users of those applications.
Okay. How do you see that? You said you mentioned life changing technologies. What fast forward for us 5 years, 10 years, and how do you see the development landscape being different, or the software landscape being different because of what AI is doing now?
Personally, I think it's really going to change, like looking at the next 5 years from now, because personally, I do tell people currently, like presently, I do tell people, I said just give it a matter of time between now till let me say 2 years time or 3 years time, you see the world using more of cryptocurrency, like adapting more with cryptocurrency than local banking and all. So like trading their digital assets, changing their digital assets into reward purchasing power and all those stuff. So I think in the next 5 years, there are lots that are going to change, and I see a lot of technologies being integrated using AI. So let me just say, the next 5 years, most of the product, like 99% of the product you are going to be using out there, are integrated with artificial intelligence.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I think we're definitely seeing that. It'll be it'll be very interesting to be a part of and to watch it all change as we kind of live through it. Um, what do you
Yeah.
changing topics a little bit now? What do you think sets apart a excellent, an exceptional developer from, let's say, just an average one, or not very good developer? What are the skills, the qualities that you think make for a great developer?
I think one of the like paramount keys for a developer, like that really sets a developer aside from other individual, is our ability to like solve a particular problem. Or for instance, I do see a lot of developers today, they call themselves developers. Meanwhile, maybe they ran into some errors on their code and they could not actually like solve it. At the end of the day, they like abandon those projects, they don't work on it anymore because of that project. So you are not supposed to like call yourself that you're a developer if you can take up those tasks to actually like fix those errors, those bugs that you're having on your code, and actually like solve those problems. So you have to take up the tasks that a lot of people, for instance, if you have like 5 people on your team and they are running from those tasks, you as a developer, you have to like be there to like say, okay, I'm not running for this task. I'll be there to actually do this task and all those stuff. So take up that task upon yourself.
No, it's good. That's I think that's a very refreshing perspective, and I agree with you that that you have to have a passion for it, and hopefully, and if you have that passion, the money to support you and your family will come. But just like anything, I think if you're only in it for the end goal, you're only in it for the money. You can't ever be as successful in life and your overall enjoyment of it. So
Yeah,
I
exactly.
certainly agree with perspective. Um, okay, with a few minutes left, let's just talk a little bit about Couchbase. How did you get started with Couchbase, and what was your kind of attraction to it in the first place?
Yeah, so I was actually working on a side project, like a personal project, and I was like looking to advance my database infrastructure, not just sticking with the run like normal database that I do use for most of my projects and all. So I wanted to try something different. So like I said earlier, before when we started this conversation, I said that I love making research. So I was trying to like work with something different, something totally new. So and it happens to be like I wanted a database that has to do with NoSQL and all those other stuff. Then I was like making my research on the web and I came across Couchbase and I decided to like go through their documentation. I saw that the documentation like on Couchbase developer websites, everything was like really clear and easy to really navigate through. So that was how I started using Couchbase, and I tried it out. And I've sticked with Couchbase for like quite a while now.
Okay. And what would what would your advice again be to a junior developer or someone who's just getting started? What's the best way that you think to get started with Couchbase?
Um, For me, I think Couchbase, like compared to other database infrastructure out there, like few that I've worked with, I think Couchbase actually have a easy to navigate documentation that could actually help them out to like start using Couchbase. So don't say okay, maybe because of like I don't know the way to put it, maybe their documentation is too complicated, or I've tried so many out. They don't go straight to the point. So but I see Couchbase in a different aspect or in a different angle, because the way they put everything out there online, it's really easy for even a like just a newbie in tech to actually use their database to in their projects.
Okay, okay, that's good to hear. We didn't talk too much about kind of what you're working on. What projects or initiatives do you want to talk about, either that you're working on right now or that you're looking forward to in the future?
Um I think I'll talk about one that I'm currently working on. Like I'm currently working on BindPay. It's a payment infrastructure for Gen Z, making payment more easier and faster for Gen Z to actually transit. So what is the essence of that? It's like you converting your digital asset into a real world purchasing power, like I said earlier. So using with the use of cryptocurrency, I see a lot of people are adapting to cryptocurrency currently. So with with BindPay, you can actually use crypto to purchase so many things. You can transit with crypto, you can swap your cryptocurrency, and also one of the standout feature that I currently added to BindPay is the use of converting your cryptocurrency into cash, which will be on a MasterCard. So you get a physical card and a virtual card from BindPay, but that money that is inside your physical or virtual card, those are actually cryptocurrencies. So you converting your digital asset into reward purchasing power using our MasterCard anywhere MasterCard is accepted worldwide.
Wow, that sounds like very good progress with that. Do you wanna just tell the audience a little bit about your Code Spaces initiative and
Yeah,
network?
Yeah, so CodeSpace is one of Africa's most fastest growing community for Gen Z. What am I building in CodeSpace? I'm trying to build a safe space for developers, for young developers, for entrepreneurs, for founders, co-founders to come together, work and collaborate on projects, and even share resources. And could actually individual could actually meet their co-founder or find a team from CodeSpace. So we are a non-profit organization empowering young tech enthusiasts to come into tech, to give them the platform to connect with amazing like-minded individual like themselves in our community. So that's what I'm building, providing resources for young developers that are just coming up, for founders and all.
No, it's a great initiative and a great project that you have. What's your biggest in your heart? What's the biggest accomplishment you've made so far with Code Spaces?
Um, like one of my biggest accomplishment I've had with CoSpace, aside from like other stuff, like think with CoSpace, is like with the amount of individual I've been able to reach out to, just like putting out putting out a random post out there and building a community for Gen Z developers and all. And I've been able to reach out to so many minds. And this past few months, I've been able to connect so many Gen Z with companies that are willing to pay full time and for internship levels and all. So this past few months, what I've been doing mostly is like connecting those Gen Zs that do reach out to me through CodeSpace or personally, like seeking job or internship opportunity, like connecting them with companies that are looking to hire individuals or looking to hire Gen Zs from Africa and all. So, and I've achieved great feat on that. I've connected so many this past few weeks, and they are currently working as either a full stack developer or a designer and all.
That's great. Is there anything big coming up in the future for Code Spaces that you want to share?
I think we have a lot coming up, but let me just keep that aside. But we definitely have a lot coming up with Code Space. I really want to. I started Code Space. I started it, I think late 2020. Then since then we've really achieved great things. But this coming years, I have great plans for Code Space, and I look forward to achieving those with my team and bringing more out of Code Space for our community.
That's fantastic. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing and working with you to achieve those goals. Um, I
Yeah.
think that can wrap it up. Clinton, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me. I hope this was valuable for you to talk about the sort of things that you're working on. I appreciate you telling us and sharing with the world. And like I said, I look forward to some of the great things we can work on together.
Yes, definitely. I look forward to a like a strong partnership with Couchbase and all.